My name's Malin, and if you haven't been watching my past couple of videos, you know that I've got a broken wrist. That's why I've got my cast on, and I haven't really been feeling great, to be honest. So, I thought that I would record just like a small workout of me trying to get back into it. And I find that a lot of times when you try to get back into something, you're like, oh, I was doing this, and before, and I was feeling so great. I was feeling so much better than I do now. And, why can't I go back to that kind of feeling? And why can't I just go back to working that hard again? And the problem with that is that, you've got to work with what you've got, with where you are at the moment. Because you can't just expect yourself to get back to the same state and the same discipline that you were at before, when that took a lot of time to kind of work on. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just cleaning up this area because I haven't been doing it for a while. I haven't been working out for a while. And, there's just leaves everywhere and there's like a bunch of cobwebs and stuff. So I'm just trying to give it a quick sweep so it looks a bit better. But since I can't do push-ups, I can't lift anything with my left hand. I could do just right-handed stuff and just work on that. But I don't think there's much point in doing that, because then I'll cause an unbalance in my body, and then, I'm more likely to get injury or whatever. So I'm just going to do something very basic. Just some squats. God, that got dirty. I'm going to do some squats, some Nordics over here, and then some calf raises. I'll do at least one set of them. I'm not sure if I'll end up doing like 2 sets or not. Because I'm just starting back at this. I haven't really been doing much. I haven't been feeling great. So I think that's important to not only hold yourself accountable, but to be compassionate with yourself and, do something that's going to make you feel better, or do something for yourself. Whether that's just like playing a sport that you enjoy, or going on a walk or something. Jesus. So I've got this slant board. Sorry if like the angles are pretty bad. But I like doing slant board squats. I got it from Ben Patrick, knees over toes guy. This is the Mr. Infinity Shogun one. It's rusting. It's lasted so long though. So basically with heels elevated, I think you can see my head. Whoa, I just got head spins. It's a lot easier to go deeper, and it focuses a bit more on your quads. I'm surprised I can get this deep. Usually I'm not able to when I'm playing soccer because my knees hurt. But yeah, I'm not gonna gain muscle from this. I'm not gonna get massive benefits from it or anything, but I did hear somewhere that squatting is actually better for you than walking, because you're firing a lot of these muscles, which is getting more blood flow sent through to you. But a funny thing about working out is that, and doing things for our health, we always have to have a reason for it. We always have to have a why behind it, like, oh, I'm doing it because it's good for me. I'm doing it so I can build muscle, so then I can be more attractive, so then I can feel more confident. But really, when it comes down to it, those reasons aren't going to last forever. And that's why you've got to try and not only build a habit of it, but be able to act on certain things that are important to you without the motivation for it. And that doesn't mean you grind through it. Like I was talking about compassion before. It doesn't mean that you just grind through things and force yourself to do stuff that you don't like. Because I haven't been doing this, even though I like it. I haven't been doing it because I have the excuse that I've got a broken wrist. I've got no obligations, so I can do whatever I want. But that doesn't give me a pass free to not working out, not taking care of my health or whatever. Because I've been playing a fair bit of video games. That's what I've been spending a lot of my time doing, to be honest. And sure, I like video games, they're good, they're fun to play, whatever. But they don't really leave you feeling satisfied if you play them for a certain amount of time. And since I haven't really been doing much else in my life, I've barely been eating, haven't been working out, barely been walking. I haven't really been feeling as fulfilled as usual, as happy as usual. And maybe that's because I haven't been moving, maybe it's not, maybe it's just an emotional thing. But if you're not actually doing something with your conscious effort, like spending your morning in a way that you want to, and for me that was just this morning, like I had to be realistic, and all I did was just wake up naturally without an alarm because I don't have any obligations. I cooked some oats because I was like, all right, I have to eat some food, and my oats are like a staple. But and then I was like, I want to work out and I want to record it. I want to record the workout so then I have some accountability to it. And because I think it's important to show yourself, even when you're not motivated to do things, even when you're not feeling like doing things, to do some of the things that you have to do that are a part of life. Sorry if this form is absolutely terrible. I only have one hand to kind of lean on, and I haven't been doing this for ages. But really nothing crazy. I'm gonna find a position to do the calf raises in. Hopefully that's okay. Ugh. But the main important thing is when you're not feeling great and you're struggling to find motivation to do things, you're struggling to feel good or do anything productive for yourself, I just allowed that to happen and allowed myself to sit in that and do what I wanted for a while. And then this natural kind of inclination or motivation came up, like I want to record videos again. I want to start working out again. I should be eating better. And it's not like you do it once and then everything changes, then you feel better. Like you can see, because of my, you can see through my videos, like I wasn't really happy. I had moments where I was feeling happy and moments where I wasn't feeling great. It doesn't change overnight, but just taking steps that you want to take and then gaining information on that, just taking the action and then having the experience of that and working on that, it slowly starts to change your perception. It slowly starts to make your life feel a little bit better. And sure, as I've said in other videos, it doesn't completely change. It doesn't completely go away. Like I don't feel better overnight. Even when I've been doing it for months, it doesn't feel great all the time. There's still those periods of doubt. There's still those periods of suffering and pain, but doing something spending my mornings productively in a way that I want to just makes, it's hard to put a word down to this sense. Maybe a sense of like, I did this. I didn't feel like doing it, but I did this. Maybe pride. Maybe it's pride. Like, oh, you know, I haven't been feeling great, but I'm going to work on something anyway. You know, I'm experiencing a lot of doubt, but I'm going to do stuff anyway. I'm feeling a lot of pain and suffering, but I'm not going to let that dictate my life. And if you like this mindset, then you might like the books by Brandon Sanderson, The Way of the Kings, because one of the main characters in that, Kaladin, he's a really good example of that. And if you read the whole series, it's still ongoing, but I think it's about 5 books. They're really long, but I loved them. It's a really nice kind of journey and experience to go through and see and then relate to in your own life, because it's a very like kind of relatable character in Kaladin. But yeah, that's just a recommendation that I have. So anyway, that was just a short workout. As I said, I wasn't even sure if I was going to do 2 sets, and I only did 1 set. But the most important thing is just getting out there and sticking to the things that you want to do. And I want to do this 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So today's Friday for me. I hadn't been doing it Monday or Wednesday. I missed Friday. I did do some on Wednesday, but I think recording it gives me some sense of accountability to do. And I stopped doing that a couple months ago because I felt like I wanted it to be me. Kind of had this like selfish idea, like, oh, I only want it to be because of me. I only want to do it because I want to do it. And it's like, I do want to do it, but it's nice to have this accountability, because sometimes you need that extra push from external sources to help you get moving. And that's why I've created this YouTube channel. That's why I'm sharing the things that I want to do. That's why I'm trying to be honest as possible on this channel. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate all the support that you do give, and if you watch this. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.